Hello there, old and new friends. It's your friendly neighborhood sunshine squirrel. Welcome back to the channel where we are living life in the sun. Today we are talking about one of my favorite topics, and that is the Disney resorts. And we are going to be comparing arguably the two most popular deluxe Disney resorts, and that is Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Disney's Polynesian Resort. I think that this will be definitely a video where I'm going to get a lot of comments from you guys in the comments. Please let me know below what your favorite resort of the two is and why. But without further ado, let's get into the review. Alright, so let's talk about Disney's Polynesian Resort first. Now, let's first talk about location, because location. When you are choosing to stay on Walt Disney World property, where you are staying matters, and especially in relation to the different theme parks, dining, shopping, all of the things that are important to you and your family. One of the nice things about Disney's Polynesian Resort and Disney's Grand Floridian Resort is that both of the resorts are considered Magic Kingdom resorts. Both of them do face the Seven Seas Lagoon, which is basically the man-made body of water that Disney put around, or I guess you could say more of in front of the Magic Kingdom. Disney's Polynesian Resort is located also on the monorail, as well as Disney's Grand Floridian. So let's kind of talk about their positioning. So you have, let's say, the castle as the focal point. The next stop on the monorail is going to be the Contemporary, followed by the Ticket and Transportation Center, then the Polynesian, which is literally directly across from the Magic Kingdom, and then you have the Grand Floridian, and then back to the Magic Kingdom. So the Polynesian is located in between the Ticket and Transportation Center and the Grand Floridian. The Grand Floridian is located between the Polynesian and Magic Kingdom. So one of the nice things about the Polynesian is that at this resort, you are located right next to the Ticket and Transportation Center. So it's extremely easy for you to get access to the Magic Kingdom, either by riding the monorail or going right to the Ticket and Transportation Center. If you wanted to, you could take the ferry over to Magic Kingdom, and you can also pick up the Epcot monorail, and it's just a short walk right from your resort. If you stay at Disney's Grand Floridian or Disney's Contemporary Resort, if you want to take the monorail to Epcot, you're going to have to hop onto the Magic Kingdom monorail that stops at your resort, and then ride that around to the Ticket and Transportation Center. Let's talk about another really important feature of choosing your Disney resort, and that is dining options. Now, if you are like me, you love to go to Disney and try all different sorts of culinary options. Food is definitely something that you want to take into account when you're visiting, or in my case, if you're part of a family that does have some picky eaters and things like that, it's really important that there are lots of dining options, lots of things that different individuals will like and also enjoy. You know, it's one thing to have food that is edible, but it's another thing to have food that members in your party and your family actually enjoy. And I would say Disney's Polynesian Village Resort has nailed dining options. Let's first start off with the quick service option. The quick service option here is Captain Cook's. It's basically a fusion of Polynesian and Southwest specific flavors. You'll have things like the pulled pork nachos, which are my favorite. They also have Thai coconut meatballs, and then they have the traditional classics too, like burgers, chicken and fries. So what I like about this quick service option is that they do have some more of different offerings than you wouldn't find at other restaurants. So if you have individuals in your party like myself that do want to try new things, want to explore things, like different flavors, they will be happy. But if you also have individuals in your party that want to stay kind of safe or want to stick with what they know, they're going to be able to find those delicious offerings as well. Now, there are two table service options here. You have Ohana. Ohana offers breakfast and dinner. Ohana used to actually be a character dining spot, but we have not seen the characters come back, and I'm hoping in 2022 the characters will be returning. For breakfast, it's your typical Mickey waffles, sausage, bacon, eggs, and then for dinner, they do offer different skewered meats. So things like beef, teriyaki, chicken, shrimp, and then of course the ohana noodles that you probably have heard many people rave about are basically teriyaki noodles with vegetables. The other table service option is Kona. Kona as well, very similar to Captain Cook's in that you have kind of this kind of Polynesian flavors. You have also some sushi offerings that are really good here. And they do offer even takeaway or I was about to say curbside to go. They do offer mobile order, so you can order from Kona and then take the food right back to your room, or take it down to the pool, or take it outside. So you don't actually have to eat in the restaurant, but you still can get the restaurant food, which I really like and I definitely took advantage of during our last trip. But it's another great option too for those of you as well that do want to kind of expand your palate, but also want to stay kind of safe at the same time. They do have a number of kind of like little grab and go kind of quick options. There are 2 pool bars. There's also another Kona variation. It's called Kona Island, where you can find different coffees, specialty desserts like chocolate covered bacon as well. And then of course they also offer Dole Whip here because the Polynesian is just perfect. So of course they have Dole Whip. Down at the Pineapple Lanai, they even offer specialty Dole Whips and different flavors that you may not see in the parks, and specialty floats. So definitely visit Pineapple Lanai, whether you're physically staying at the resort or just popping in for one of the dining options here. And then another hot spot for a lot of people is Trader Sam's Grotto. It is a bar lounge sort of deal, but it is an experience. So if you go there, there's lots of lights and sounds and things like that. So it's another spot that's really popular for a lot of guests. All right, so let's talk about the rooms. So the average per night room for this resort is going to be $579 or 14 points if you are using Disney Vacation Club. The room accommodations kind of vary. So recently this resort went through a massive overhaul and refurb. The lobby has been refurbished, the monorail station has been, in addition to the rooms, Standard and Disney Vacation Club. If you are staying in one of these standard rooms, they have been renovated to incorporate Moana. So when it comes to the views, you're going to have a theme park, pool or marina, lagoon view, standard view, and then they also now offer club level access to, we saw that go away for quite a while, but now club level access is back. The Polynesian has also released 2 new rooms. They have a deluxe king suite and a honeymoon suite as well. And then they also have the very popular and luxurious bungalows. Those are part of Disney Vacation Club, but you can absolutely stay in them even if you're not a DVC member. And they're kind of out on the waters right on Seven Seas Lagoon. The Disney Vacation Club accommodations are either the bungalows or a deluxe studio villa. The deluxe studio villas also recently went through a refurbishment and they look gorgeous. All right, so now let's talk about recreation. What can you do if you're staying at Disney's Polynesian Resort? Now there are 2 pools. You have the main pool and then you also have Oasis Pool. Oasis Pool is more of your quiet adult pool. It does have its own separate bar and grill. And then when you have the main pool, you're gonna have a water slide there. There's also a hot tub as well as a kids play area as well. And then you also have Movie Under the Stars. This is a feature that's offered at all Disney resorts, and it's basically an opportunity where Disney will play different Disney movies on a projection screen, and they'll typically do it on a kind of flat plot of land where there's a little bit of grass, and so you can kind of sit outside and watch a Disney movie while you're at Disney. They also offer a volleyball net on the sand, as well as a jogging trail that connects to the Grand Floridian. Feature of staying at this resort is that the electrical water pageant does come, so you can watch that show right from the comfort of your resort, and you can also watch the fireworks right from your resort as well. They do pump in the music right on the beach on the other side of the main pool, so you can stay right at your own resort. You don't even have to enter the parks to watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks. As far as transportation goes, we've kind of talked about this a little bit. You do have a number of transportation options if you stay at Disney's Polynesian. You have bus transportation, which will take you to Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Disney Springs, as well as the water parks and Animal Kingdom. There are boat transportation that will take you to Magic Kingdom. The boat transportation is actually shared between the Grand Floridian. So from leaving Magic Kingdom, the boat first will stop at the Grand Floridian, then the Polynesian, then back to the Magic Kingdom. And then your third and probably the most popular option is the monorail. You will ride the monorail to the Magic Kingdom. Like we talked about before though, one of the nice features about the Polynesian is that you can physically walk to the Ticket and Transportation Center in order to catch the Epcot monorail, or if you wanted to, now that there is a path that connects the Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom, you can physically walk from the Polynesian through the Grand Floridian to Magic Kingdom. So I guess in essence, you have 4 different transportation options if you include you walking as another one. When it comes to actually staying at this resort, if you choose to bring your car and leave your car, it is $25 per night for parking if you are a non-DVC member. If you are a DVC member, parking is complimentary. Valet parking is $33 per night. Now, also Disney's Polynesian Resort, there used to be a dinner show with it was a luau, and it was a lot of fun. But if you have not heard, Disney is actually not bringing back the luau, and they're actually going to be expanding the Disney Vacation Club offerings at this resort and building a new tower at the former site of the luau that will actually be between the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian. So stay tuned, that new building will be finished in 2024. All right guys, well, why don't we head on over to Disney's Grand Floridian. So once again, we talked a little bit about this before. Location, you are going to be right there at the center, right at Magic Kingdom. You're going to be right on Seven Seas Lagoon. The Grand Floridian is positioned right next to the Magic Kingdom. So just like at Disney's Polynesian Resort, you're going to be able to catch the fireworks right from the comfort of your own, maybe even hotel room. And you can also catch the electrical water pageant. Now when it comes to dining options, the Grand Floridian is overflowing with them. There are quick service options, there are table service on top of table service options. It's a lot to unpack. So the first quick service option is Gasparilla Grill. It also has a really nice bakery and kind of coffee area attached to it. So kind of think of the Kona Island, but more of just all-in-ones included. When it comes to table service restaurants, you have Citrico's, Narcosis. You also have Victoria and Albert's, which is a nationwide famous restaurant. Victoria Albert's famous chef's table package, where you will delight in a 10-course offering signature dishes. There's also 2 pool bars, just like at the Polynesian, a variety of lounges, including the Enchanted Rose and Citrico's, and then there's also 1900 Park Fair. 1900 Park Fair hasn't made a return since the park shut down, but formerly it was a character buffet experience that had Mary Poppins, the Mad Hatter, Tigger, and Pooh for breakfast, and then for dinner it typically consisted of the Ugly Stepsisters as well as Cinderella's stepmother. Now when it comes to rooms, there is a significant price jump between the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian. The average per night here is going to be $739. It's a little bit harder to give a DVC average per night point because they are a plethora of offerings for the different Disney Vacation Club rooms. You can stay in a deluxe studio villa all the way up to a 3-bedroom grand villa. So it kind of depends on what particular room type that you're looking to stay in. If you're more of the deluxe studio villa crowd, the rooms range from about 16 points all the way up to 21 points per night. And then when it comes to the room types, you can stay in one of the outer buildings or the main building. If you stay in the main building, you will have access to a club level, and there are some of the outer buildings that also offer club level. Similar to the Polynesian, you're going to have theme park rooms, standard rooms, lagoon, pool, or marina views as well. When it comes to recreation, there are quite a few offerings. Similar to the Polynesian, there are 2 pools. You also have motorized boat rentals from the Grand Floridian. Polynesian. You used to be able to rent boats at the Polynesian. Unfortunately, that's been discontinued. So if you're looking to rent a boat, take it out on Seven Seas Lagoon, you're going to need to visit the Grand Floridian. They also have opportunities for fishing excursions and specialty cruises. One of the specialty cruises that they offer is a fireworks cruise, where you get to be out with a tour guide and on a boat out on Seven Seas Lagoon during the Magic Kingdom fireworks show. They also will pull the boats right in front of the electrical water pageant, so you kind of get as close as possible to watch that as well. So those are some different offerings. They do even offer different opportunities for you to be able to take out a yacht. You can have up to 10 people with you, and it also includes a personal butler as well as a captain of the boat, and they'll take you out for a couple hours. If you're looking for just the standard motorized boat tour, it's about $45 per half an hour, and those are those little sun tracker boats that you or someone in your family would drive. Similar to the Polynesian, they also offer Movie Under the Stars. Once again, they do have that jogging trail, so you could run all the way from the Grand Floridian to the Magic Kingdom, now that that pathway has been complete, to the Contemporary as well, or you could run to the Polynesian. That they also have a video game arcade room called Arcadia Games and basketball courts. The Grand Floridian also offers Senses Spa and Health Club. Senses Spa does have opportunities for you to pamper yourself, massages, pedicures, manicures, even a hair salon, and they also have a health club. So if you're looking for an opportunity to be able to work out and get your gains in while you're on vacation, that is definitely the place for you to visit. Senses Spa and Health Club is actually located next to the Grand Floridian's Disney Vacation Club building. Now when it comes to parking, it's going to be the same as the Polynesian, $25 per night if you are non-DVC, or $33 per night for valet. When it comes to transportation options, similar again, you are going to have the option of taking the boat, bus transportation, the monorail, or using your own little feet and walking to the Magic Kingdom or to the Polynesian. Or I guess technically if you stayed at the Grand Floridian, you could walk all the way to the Ticket and Transportation Center just by cutting through Disney's Polynesian. And last but not least, I think it's also important to compare these two resorts in their atmosphere. So the Polynesian is definitely more of a laid back island time sort of thing, where it's just kind of like, it's cool, man, just take it easy. Definitely more family friendly. The Grand Floridian is definitely more of the glamour and elegance world, so maybe not necessarily the place that I would consider to be family friendly. Not to say that families don't stay at Disney's Grand Floridian or that they don't have a good time. It just feels kind of like it's the good room in your house that like you don't go in, and that is only for company, whereas the Polynesian kind of just feels like, come on in, anybody's welcome sort of vibe. But I think both of the resorts are wonderful and beautiful in their own rights and for their own purposes, but just some things for you guys to keep in mind. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this review comparison of Grand Floridian versus the Polynesian. Please let me know in the comments below what is your favorite of the two and why. I really would love to hear what you guys think about this controversial topic. If you found this information helpful, please make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to show some love and support for the channel. It only takes a few seconds of your time, but it's super, super helpful. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!